Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you all had a fantastic 4th of July. Hold your hands up to the camera, to your screen. Let me see. Making sure you got all your fingers. All right, we're good. Let's jump into the video. What is up, Finn fans? Some people might find what I just did offensive. And if you did, it wasn't. Anyway, we are talking defensive line today. I was going to do it on Friday, but then I thought of something else because Tua was in the top 100, which again was surprising me. You can go back and watch that video. 4th of July was Friday. Hope you had a fantastic 4th of July. Today we are taking all. Normally on Friday I was just going to do the defensive line because in our 3-4 defense, our pass rushers are outside linebackers, so they're not technically part of the defensive line, but they are part of the defensive line. So in this video, I'm taking the rushers and the defensive line, and I'm going to smash them into one big ordeal. Let's see. Today is the 7th. Do we have any trivia for today? We do have trivia for today. And last time I did trivia, I didn't tell you that Manny Fernandez wore number 75, and I do apologize for that. So we got trivia for today. We'll do that. One of you guys sent me a package. I did get it. It didn't go in my P.O. box because it was too big. Pause on that. So I have to go and sign for it, but I did get it. So if you did send me something, you're like, hey, you didn't open it, I got to go back and get it. And anyone else who sent me stuff, when I get it, I will open it. Don't you worry. So before we jump into the defensive line, which we're going to talk about intensely, trivia for today: what Dolphins player holds the NFL rookie record entering 2023 of 104 catches in a season? This should be easier. So who holds the NFL rookie record for 104 catches in a rookie season? You should know who it is. So the Miami Dolphins defensive line. First, let's really quickly talk about the defensive line. It was all right last year. The injuries hurt, not having Bradley Chubb out there. Jalen Phillips got hurt in the Titans game. Took a shot to the knee, tried to come back out, went horizontal with the movement, boom, towards ACL. He was out, Bradley Chubb got hurt, so it was literally Chop doing everything on the pass rushing aspect of it. Calais Campbell came in, fantastic. Did not expect him to do as much as he did at the age he did. Sealer, 10-sack season, had fantastic 11-sack season, or is it 10-sack season? Whatever, fantastic. But overall, the defensive line, when it came to getting after the quarterback last year, was not good. They were 9th in rush defense, 7th in rushing touchdowns, which is good, but also that helps. Your linebackers help in that, but it's still really good. This is where it starts to teeter off, right? Hurry percentage. How many times the quarterback gets hurried from the pass rush? 14th with 8.5%. Quarterback knockdowns. So, you just missed getting the sack, but you still knocked the quarterback down. 23rd in the NFL. 7.5%. Sacks, we were 27th with 35. Pressure percentage. That is the pressure that's put on the quarterback. You didn't knock him down, but you got some pressure on him. 23rd in the NFL with 20.6. 9th, though, in yards per game when it comes to rushing, 103.7. 17th in yards per attempt, 4.4. So when it came to stopping the run, and I think a big part of that had to do with Calais Campbell, they were good, right? Again, 9th best rush defense. Very good in that aspect. When it came to getting after the quarterback, they were not good. And that's where a lot of times we lost certain games because we couldn't get after the quarterback. If we were better at getting after the quarterback, I think we beat Buffalo in Buffalo. They would have beat us at home, though, because they destroyed us. But in Buffalo, being that they won off a 61-yard field goal, I think we would have made a little bit more stops in that area. I think we would have won that game. I think we would have beaten Arizona. Again, how many times did we just need one stop and we couldn't stop Kyler Murray or their tight end, McBride? I think we would have beaten other teams when it came to those situations, like Green Bay, right? More pressure, causing more turnovers, giving us more time. That is something Anthony Weaver has talked about, causing the turnovers. But this is about not necessarily the defense in a whole, defensive line in a whole, but the position battle. And that's where I pull this up. Now, this is ESPN's depth chart. So obviously you see Kenneth Grant is left defensive end, Benito Jones is your starting nose tackle, and Zach Sealer is your right defensive end. We won't know the official depth chart until obviously the start of the season, but they throw their first depth chart out before the first preseason game, which is coming very quickly. I think it's a little over a month away, and I'm very, very excited because I get to watch football with my eyes. And then you see your outside linebackers. Ignore the inside linebackers. That is for Friday. Your outside linebackers are Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb as your starter per ESPN. So that seems to be your starting defensive line per ESPN again. And if you look at Sealer, Chubb, Phillips, and Chop, which again, you look at some of the depth there, you see that Chop's back there. Chop had a fantastic year last year when it got closer to the end. He had 11 sacks. Did he have 11 sacks? No way he had 11 sacks. Hold on a second. I don't know why I wrote down 11 sacks for Chop Robinson. I may be wrong. I don't think, no, he had like 7. Oh, he was 11th. That's why I wrote stats down, and it wasn't 11 sacks. It was like 6. Anyway, I was very, very confused. Writing is a thing. He was 11th among pass rushers in something. What did I write? Anyway, he was 19th in win percentage with 16.6 among pass rushers. So he was getting there in the win percentage. He was winning his sheds, getting after the quarterback. He just wasn't getting there quick enough. And then you have Bradley Chubb in 2023. He was, up there. In 2023. I messed this up royally. Let's rewind a little bit because I messed this up royally. This is Chop Robinson's stats. Because I wrote Chubb and then I was Chop, and then I wrote Chubb's 2023 stats in where Chop is because I'm in a big dumb. Chop Robinson, his stats for his rookie year, he was 7th in the NFL among edge rushers with an 18.8 win percentage. He had 7 sacks, which is 21st. And then a different type of win percentage, he was 23.8, which was 11th. He was still top 10-ish at win percentage among edge rushers, which is very good for a rookie. He just couldn't finish. Again, he only had 7 sacks on the season. Now, Bradley Chubb, the last time he played in 2023, he had 11 sacks in the NFL, which is 16th, and he was 19th in win percentage with a 16.6. And Jalen Phillips, he just has the worst luck when it comes to his injuries because we all know what happened in 2023. He was off on a very hot start, and I think him and Chubb together would have done something fantastic. But again, he tore his Achilles on that horrible turf, which technically, fun fact, right now, it isn't that turf. They put grass down because they have soccer going on over in that stadium. They should just keep it there because you keep injuring players. But that's your starters, right? Those are your starters. What's the interesting part is the competition. Now, Jordan Phillips is going to make the roster. I'm very interested to see what he has to do. And Matt Dickerson as well. I'm hearing good things coming from Matt Dickerson. Not hearing much from Jordan Phillips. A name I am hearing a lot of when it comes to these pass rushers is Grayson Murphy. I'm hearing a lot of good things. He was injured, didn't see much of him. Same thing with Cameron Good, didn't see much of him. Quinton Bell is someone I'm very interested in. I'm not hearing much from Mo Kamara, which doesn't worry me because we have depth at pass rusher. We're fine with pass rusher, but I had such high expectations, especially with how angry he was that he fell to the 5th round to the Dolphins. I was like, he's gonna have a fire under his butt. Not much, but Grayson Murphy is a name, right? That battle there between Mo Kamara, Cameron Good, and Grayson Murphy, that's going to be a battle that I'm very interested in. Even Quinton Bell, right? Because your starters, your rotation is Jalen Phillips, Chop, and Bradley Chubb. That's your pass rushing rotation. Your defensive line rotation is Sealer, Benito Jones, Grant, and Jordan Phillips. Your battle is, with Dickerson, Still, Butler, Biggers, and Huntley. Zeke Biggers, I'm hearing good things about Zeke Biggers as well. Again, I ask Omar Kelly because he's there for OTAs and minicamp. Obviously, I'll be there for training camp so I could see things with my own eyes. But like, they can see things that they're not allowed to report on. And obviously, he can't tell me things like, this or that. But I'll ask Omar, right? I'll text him or something. I'll hit him up and I'll be like, who are you seeing? And a lot of times, if you're undrafted, he's not going to remember your name because obviously you're undrafted. So if all of a sudden he starts noticing you, he's going to, Zeke Biggers is a name that he was like, he's not like blowing people away, but it's someone that he's like, he's a big guy. And obviously his name is Biggers. He's a big guy, 6'5", 321, and he's making some moves. You can't even see it. I apologize. He's 6'5", 321. So Zeke Biggers is a name. So these are the names to look out for: Zeke Biggers, Cameron Good, Grayson Murphy, Mo Kamara, Quentin Bell. Those are like your competitions, right? And it's like between Jordan Phillips and Zeke Biggers, who that second string is going to be. But they might even like try to make the roster at this point, like Derek McLendon and Mo Kamara, and like that battle is going to be tough because you're not de-seeding Phillips, Chop, and Chubb. Those are your starters, right? So there's one second string position gone, and they're probably not going to run with that much. Got to look at what the depth chart was last year. I think they only ran with like 5 pass rushers, maybe 6. So there's only 3 openings left. And then defensive line, again, I think they only run with 6. 4 of them's already gone because Kenneth Grant, Benito Jones, Zach Steele, and Jordan Phillips, those guys are making the roster. So these guys have to compete. And Zeke Biggers, so far, like I said, he's a name I'm hearing a lot. So it's going to be a very, very interesting battle. And they need to find the right combination. Now, with Phillips, Chubb, and Robinson, I'm very interested to see how they use those 3, like I've talked about a few times. I'd use them all at once, right? It's 3rd and 3, or it's 3rd and 8. They need the first down to get in field goal range. I am putting Phillips, I'm putting Chubb, and I'm taking Chop, and I'm putting them at middle linebacker. And I'm blitzing them. And I'm sending all 3. I'm not sending the house. I'm not sending the safeties. I'm not sending corners, but I'm sending those 3, and I'm having Kenneth Grant and Sealer with their hands down. Bah, I'm sending the best I have it. Now, obviously, Anthony Weaver knows what he's doing, and he played defensive line, so I expect to see better things, especially from Chop, who did get better as the season went on, but we need the defensive line to really step up if the Dolphins are going to stay pat at corner, which hopefully this week we find out whether they get Rasul Douglas, Stephon Gilmore, or Santi Samuel Jr., whatever the situation is. That defensive front needs to get consistent pressure to force errant throws to this young secondary. And that's what we'll talk about next week. Next week is like secondary week. The rookies report on Tuesday the 15th. Monday and Friday we're going to talk about corners and safeties. Then we're done. And then the 22nd, vets report and training camp's off and running. We're going to Monday the 21st. I'm giving you a preview of training camp. I think next week we're also going to talk about team needs going into training camp. This week I have ranking videos. I have so much for you guys. So if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Comment below what's your thoughts on the defensive line. What's your thoughts on the camp position battles? Who are you looking at? Again, for me, Grayson Murphy, Zeke Biggers, those are guys I'm really looking at. Comment below, let me know. And obviously the answer for what Dolphins player holds the NFL record entering 2023 of 104 catches in a season. It is Jalen Waddle, our future #1 receiver. Comment below, let me know what you guys think. I will see you tomorrow. I think I'm going to be ranking the AFC East, or I'm going to rank quarterbacks. I don't know yet. I have so many videos planned. But comment below. I'll see you tomorrow. But like usual, stay classy. FN's up.